Here are 10 reasons why everybody's moving to Kennesaw, Georgia. The first reason why everybody's moving to Kennesaw, Georgia is that you can find a lot of community in Kennesaw. For people who are looking to live in an area where you can be close to your neighbors and close to friends and family, Kennesaw is really a great city that provides that kind of community feel. It's no secret that in the southern part of the United States, you can find a lot of southern hospitality and people are very polite, saying things like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. So Kennesaw really is a good suburb that kind of has that southern hospitality and has that community feel. People are very polite in Kennesaw. It's not like the middle of Atlanta. You know, any kind of metropolitan big city is going to feel kind of cold and kind of distant, but Kennesaw is not like that. Kennesaw has that feel where you can be very friendly with your neighbors, and that's one of the main reasons why so many people are moving to Kennesaw. The second reason why so many people are moving to Kennesaw, Georgia is the school qualities in Kennesaw. Kennesaw Mountain High School is an 8 out of 10 according to greatschools.org. Palmer Middle School is an 8 out of 10, and Frey Elementary School is also an 8 out of 10. Unfortunately, not all of the suburbs of Metro Atlanta have such great schools, so to find an area that has good community and schools that are rated an 8 out of 10 is certainly a great find, and so the schools is certainly a big reason why so many people move to Kennesaw, Georgia. The third reason why so many people move to Kennesaw is the home values. The average home value in Kennesaw is about $425 to $450, which is a great deal considering some of the neighboring cities like Marietta have average home values closer to $500,000, or Alpharetta, which has an average home value of $650,000 to $700,000. This average lower home value in Kennesaw means that you can get more home for your money in Kennesaw, Georgia. And then the fourth reason why so many people are moving to Kennesaw, Georgia is its proximity to the city of Atlanta. Of course, if you're thinking about moving to Atlanta or Kennesaw or any of the suburbs around Atlanta, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. Thank you so much to everyone who has reached out. I'm always happy to help. But the proximity to Atlanta is really a great part of living in Kennesaw, Georgia. You have access to all of the amenities and all of the things that come with living in a big metropolitan city like Atlanta, but you still have that suburban feel of Kennesaw. Kennesaw is about 30 to 45 minutes from the city of Atlanta, so being able to get to Atlanta for work or for school in the morning times is really convenient. That 30 to 45 minute commute is a pretty typical commute here in Metro Atlanta, but being far enough away from the city of Atlanta so that you don't have as much traffic as the city of Atlanta. You're not having to stand in line for everything that you do like you would in the city of Atlanta. Kennesaw kind of provides that suburban feel that has the neighborhoods all around the city. You have some sporadic shopping here and there, plenty of restaurants. So Kennesaw has the good schools, the good home values, the community feel, but still very easy access to the city of Atlanta. Which brings us to reason number 5 why everybody's moving to Kennesaw, Georgia, and that's that Kennesaw has a small town feel. It's not like Marietta, it's not like Sandy Springs. Kennesaw really has a more of a small town vibe to it. If you're wanting to live in an area where the homes have plenty of land around them and you're not like super close to your neighbors, Kennesaw is a really good fit for that. If you're wanting to live in an area where it's not super busy all the time, there's not traffic all the time, Kennesaw really fits that bill very well. It has that kind of small town feel. And reason number 6 why everybody's moving to Kennesaw, Georgia is the downtown area of Kennesaw. Like I've said many times in other videos on this channel, many of the city suburbs around Atlanta have this kind of city center, like Marietta has Marietta Square and Suwanee has Town Center. Kennesaw also has downtown Kennesaw. The thing about downtown Kennesaw, though, is that it's much more of an organic feel to it than some of the other town centers. Downtown Kennesaw is really just where many of the main roads in Kennesaw kind of meet, and so that's where the city center of Kennesaw is. You can find a lot of commercial areas there in the downtown part of Kennesaw. There are a few coffee shops in downtown Kennesaw, a bunch of restaurants, some cool local shops where there are some local vendors there in downtown Kennesaw, and that kind of organic feel is really something that sets apart downtown Kennesaw. When you add that small town vibe and that community feel, that's really what you're looking at in downtown Kennesaw, and is certainly one of the highlights of living in Kennesaw, Georgia. And then reason number 7 why so many people are moving to Kennesaw, Georgia is that there's plenty of things to do in Kennesaw. You typically wouldn't expect so many things to do in a city that is like a small town or that is 30 to 45 minutes away from Atlanta, but Kennesaw does have plenty of things to do. It is a suburban area, so they do have like some commercial parts of the city. Most of the commercial parts of Kennesaw can be found on Barrett Parkway. That's where you're going to find Town Center Mall. That's where you're going to find the big box stores for shopping and for restaurants. That kind of all is there on Barrett Parkway. There are tons of restaurants there on Barrett Parkway. And then around Kennesaw, you can also find things to do in cities like Marietta or in Ackworth or Smyrna. There's really no shortage of things to do when you live in Kennesaw, Georgia. And then reason number 8 why so many people are moving to Kennesaw is undoubtedly the amount of green space and parks that are in Kennesaw, and specifically Kennesaw Mountain. Kennesaw Mountain is one of the highlights of all of Metro Atlanta, and there's a great 1-mile hike to the top of the mountain with an amazing view at the top. There's also a Kennesaw Mountain Museum at the base of the mountain where you can learn a lot of things about the nature and the park there in Kennesaw. And so certainly Kennesaw Mountain is a really big part of why so many people move to Kennesaw, but also there are lots of other parks and green space in Kennesaw, Georgia. Smith Gilbert Gardens is like a beautiful garden area that is open to the public and is a great place to spend time, super quiet, very peaceful park to go to. And then Swift Cantrell Park is a typical suburban park with lots of baseball fields and soccer fields. I think they have events there as well in the weekends, especially like during the springtime. So the parks and the green space in Kennesaw is certainly one of the highlights of living in that city. And then reason number 9 why so many people are moving to Kennesaw is the job market. There really is surprisingly a lot of really big employers in Kennesaw, and so that really attracts a lot of people moving to Kennesaw as well. Kennesaw State University is in Kennesaw, which employs a lot of people. Also, the Wellstar Hospital System is in Kennesaw. I believe the nearest hospital to Kennesaw is Kennestone, which is one of the biggest hospitals in all of Metro Atlanta. Also, Yamaha and UPS are also located in and around Kennesaw, Georgia. And then reason number 10 why so many people are moving to Kennesaw is the low crime rate. Kennesaw has one of the lowest crime rates in all of Metro Atlanta. If you want to know why Kennesaw has some of the lowest crime rate in all of Kennesaw, click on this video and I'll explain it there. I'll see you there.